जगाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे कदली स्तंभों से द्वार सजाओ रे कदली स्तंभों से द्वार सजाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे। मंगलमय पावन दिन आया मंगलमय पावन दिन आया मंगलमय पावन दिन आया मंगलमय पावन दिन आप सब गाइए पावन बेला में मंगल गाओ रे पावन बेला में मंगल गाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे। गंगा जल से कलश भरावो गंगा जल से कलश भरावो जमुना जल से कलश भरावो जमुना जल से कलश भरावो श्री चरणों का अभिषेक करावो रे श्री चरणों का अभिषेक करावो रे रोली मोली अक्षत लेकर रोली मोली अक्षत लेकर मेहंदी माँ के चरण चढ़ाओ रे मेहंदी माँ के चरण चढ़ाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे। चूनड़ रतन जड़ित अर्पण कर चूनड़ रतन जड़ित अर्पण कर गले मोतियन के हार पहनावो रे गले मोतियन के हार पहनाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे। घर घर माँ की ममता बरसे 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 हर आंगन में रंगोली सजाओ रे हर आंगन में रंगोली सजाओ रे नव झंकृत ये तन मन हो जाए, झंकृत ये तन मन हो जाए, झंकृत ये तन मन हो जाए, झंकृत ये तन मन। ऐसे स्वरों से जयकार लगाओ रे, ऐसे स्वरों से जयकार लगाओ रे। नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे, नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे। कदली स्तंभों से द्वार सजाओ रे, कदली स्तंभों से द्वार सजाओ रे। नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे, नव दुर्गा की ज्योत जगाओ रे। पावन बेला में मंगल गाओ रे, पावन बेला में मंगल गाओ रे, पावन बेला में जयकार लगाओ रे।
भोलई मनमा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया,
मोहलई मनवा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया,
मोहलई मनमा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया।
मोहलई मनवा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया,
लाल बिंदिया हो गुलाल बिंदिया तोरे लाल बिंदिया, लाल बिंदिया हो गुलाल बिंदिया तोरे लाल बिंदिया।
मोहलई मनवा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया, मोहलई मनवा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया।
देखन से कुंडली जग जाए,
देखन से कुंडली जग जाए,
कुंडली जग जाए चैतन्य छा जाए,
कुंडली जग जाए चैतन्य छा जाए।
खोल दई खोल दई खोल दई झट सहस्रार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया,
खोल दई झट सहस्रार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया,
लाल बिंदिया हो गुलाल बिंदिया तोरे लाल बिंदिया, लाल बिंदिया हो गुलाल बिंदिया तोरे लाल बिंदिया।
मोहलई मनवा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया, मोहलई मनवा हमार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया।
शुद्ध विद्या दे ये आनंद दे ये,
शुद्ध विद्या दे ये आनंद दे ये,
आनंद दे सचिदानंद दे ये,
आनंद दे सचिदानंद दे ये।
कर दई कर दई कर दई हमें निर्विचार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया,
कर दई हमें निर्विचार माँ तोरे लाल बिंदिया,
लाल बिंदिया
Shree Mataji. We'll all collectively bow down and raise our Kundalini, put ourselves in Bandhan. We welcome everyone today on the 8th day of Navaratri, called Ashtami of Navaratri. It is basically crossing all the 7 chakras and going on to the 8th one. It is also the aspect of Sri Mahagauri. And it's beyond our Sahasrar, the dot chakra. We invite Shree Mataji, please be present in this on this 8th day of Ashtami and guide us into Nirvikalp. Shree Mataji, we humbly invite you to please come and lead us into meditation, into a doubtless state.
Before meditate, in your heart, or you should see in your heart, and there try to put your Guru in the core of it. After establishing in the heart, you must bow to that. With full devotion and dedication. Now whatever you do with your mind after realization is not imagination, because now your mind, your imagination is itself enlightened. So project yourself in such a way that you humble down at the feet of your Guru. And now ask for the necessary temperament needed for meditation, or atmosphere needed for meditation. Meditation is when you are one with the divine. Now if there are thoughts coming in, first you have to say the first mantra, of course, and then watch inside. Also you must say mantra of Ganesha, will help some people. And then you should watch inside. And see for yourself which is the biggest hurdle. First the thought. Now for the thought, you have to say the mantra of Nirvichara. That Tvameva Sakshat, Nirvichar, Sakshat, Shree Mataji, Nirmala Devi, Namo Namah. You should say it thrice. Now we come to the hurdle of your ego, because see, your thought has stopped now, no doubt, but there's still a pressure on the head. So if it is ego, you have to say Svameva Sakshat Mahat Ahankara. Mahat means the great, Ahankara means the ego. Sakshat Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Say it thrice. Now, even now, if you find that ego is still there, then you have to raise your left side to push it back to the right hand side with your hand, one hand towards the photograph. Push the left side higher and right side lower, so the ego and superego get the balance. Do it 7 times. Try to feel how you are feeling inside, you see. Now you raise your Kundalini up on the head and tight. Again raise your Kundalini up on the head and tight. Again raise your Kundalini and tighten. Now at the Sahasrara, you should say the mantra of Sahasrara. Try.
साक्षात् श्री सहस्रारस्वामी मोक्षदायिनी माताजी श्री देवी नमो नमः.
Now it's opened up. Now you can open again your Sahasrara like this. Just take it down again and see that you are stationed there. Once this has been done, then you go into meditation. This is like cleansing. This is called as nyasa. Now, if you find any other obstruction, you can also say, like if you have got, say, Mahakali's problem, you can say that mantra, clear it, and then you sit down for meditation. Any individual thing, you can take it up. Like if you have the ego problem, if you think, then you should start with Mahatahankara. It is what you have to find out. What is your problem? Where is the Kundalini stopping? You can feel it within yourself. Some of you may not feel. If you do not feel it on your fingers. If you are not feeling within yourself, then feel it on your fingers. You can feel it.
Shree Mataji, we shall remain in thoughtlessness for a few minutes.
श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते. नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोल्हासुरभयङ्करी सर्वपाप हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते. सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करी सर्वदुःख हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते. सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदे देवी भक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी मन्त्रमूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते. आद्यन्तरहिते देवी आद्यशक्ति महेश्वरी योगजे योगसम्भूते महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तु ते. महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। पद्मासनस्थिते देवी परब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी परमेशी जगन्मातः महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्वेताम्बरधरे देवी नानालङ्कारभूषिते जगत्स्थिते जगन्मातः महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। महालक्ष्मी अष्टकं स्तोत्रम् यः पठेत् भक्तिमान् नरः सर्वसिद्धिमवाप्नोति राज्यं प्राप्नोति सर्वदा। एककालं पठे नित्यं महापापविनाशनम् द्विकालं यः पठे नित्यं धनधान्यसमन्वितः। त्रिकालं यः पठे नित्यं महाशत्रुविनाशनम् महालक्ष्मीर्भवे नित्यं प्रसन्ना वरदा शुभा। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
We shall now listen to Shree Mataji's talk, which was given on the 30th of September after the puja of Shree Mataji for Navaratri puja. So it was after the puja that Shree Mataji had given this talk to the yogis. We shall now listen to it with the same thoughtlessness that Shree Mataji has put us into, has led us into so beautiful meditation. So keeping our attentions on that thoughtlessness, we'll listen to the talk.
Today is the 8th day of Navaratri, and it's a great day for Sahajogis because it is the most important time period. That is the 7th center we have crossed, and we are on the 8th center. We need not think about the goddess what she did on the 8th day, we have to think today what we have to do within ourselves. After crossing the 7th day, after crossing the 7th chakra, that is the real ascent in your spiritual ascent. What are we to do on the 8th one? It's so sahaj that today should be the Ashtami, because that is the day the goddess killed so many evildoers and devils and rakshasas. She did it on her own, alone. Now these evil forces are manifesting in human beings. They have spread out. They are within us. So we all have to fight those forces within us. The war is within ourselves. Is not without. First, when you ascend the 7th chakra and you are on the 8th step, you have to remember first you have to fight those forces within ourselves. You are all very intelligent people, bit too intelligent sometimes. So whatever I say, you may twist it. I may try to use it in your own intelligence. But it is not in your well-being. It's not for your hita, for your good. You want to use it because you think you are intelligent, or maybe that you don't know that you are using it that way. And that is what one has to know, that these forces are acting within us. They act through our intelligence, they act through our emotions, and they act through our physical being. So we have to be very careful. When you ascend into Sahaja Yoga, we have to be very careful with our intelligence, because intelligence has capacity to cheat itself, and it will cheat us. It is against us, our own wealth, against our own powers. So we have to be alert and see for ourselves. So as soon as you enter onto the 8th step, you should start seeing at yourself. For example, when I say the mantra is, I am my own guru, immediately the intelligence comes forward to render its services freely. Oh, I am my own guru. Why should I listen to anyone? Why should I listen to any leader? Why should I listen to anybody who is elder, who understands Sahaja Yoga better? I am my own guru. The other way it is. Straightforward thing is that I am my own guru. I have to correct myself. I have to use this instrument of light to correct myself. Now the intelligence cheats again. Mother said that if you feel vibration, then it's all right. And I am feeling the vibrations, I am all right. Again cheating. You are cheating yourself. Why? What is the reason? The reason is very interesting. I have seen that ordinary human beings, in the West especially, are very much against themselves. Like, I'll give you an example. You tell somebody that if you have to go to the station, take this road and you go straight to the station. But immediately he'll say, but the problem is that how can I go straight? My back is towards the station. If I walk straight, I'll go in the opposite direction of the station. Such stupid things, but they say it all the time. Now if you tell them that you can sell your car better if you go to Germany, for example, but they say there's a problem. Maybe Germany, the Germans may start their war again. Maybe there is Hitler waiting for me to kill me. Any fantastic problem that you can never think of can come out of this modern brain. And you are amazed how this man is against himself all the time. The whole built-up is like that because before realization you are absolutely disintegrated. Your heart is against your brain and your brain is against your liver. This is the reason they have 3 types of wives. One is a love affair, one is a physical life, and one is a wife. They are so disintegrated that every cell can have a wife or can have a husband. The nose will want something, the eyes will want another thing. And the hands will do something else, and tongue will say something else. When I met the Western people, I had to consult many dictionaries to understand them. I could not understand why they behave in such a funny manner. They are all the time against themselves. So after realization, this habit becomes even subtler. So now they use Sahaja Yoga to act against Sahaja Yoga itself. Sahaja is simple, is straightforward. They don't want to have it that way. They must always do it in such a way that it is absolutely asahaj. There was a fellow in my house who was suffering from left side problem. So I told him that you have to light a lamp and then take out your badhas every night. And we had a big drum of oil in the house. He did not eat any food, he did not sleep. He burnt all that oil within 1 week's time. He made all the blankets black, all the walls black, and he burnt all the curtains. When I came back, after 8 days, I said, "What have you been doing?" And he looked like a real booth. He said, "I was driving out the booths." I said, "Now this is the limit." So he said, "Mother, you told me." I said, "Thank God you did not take a beacon light to burn the whole house." So I have to be very careful when I talk to you. Whenever I tell you one thing, I tell you that the other side of it also immediately, because I don't want, if I tell you this side, then you go to the other side. So all this kind of crazy madness, stupidness I have seen. And today when I am going to talk to you about discipline, I must tell you, discipline has to be sahaj. Now, what does that mean? That is, first of all, face yourself. What I find that the Western mind, because of its ego, cannot discipline itself. If you tell them you have to discipline, they think I am creating a military out of you. In a way, it is a fight. It is a fight with yourself. But how will you fight if you have no disciplines? Now, if I say you have to get up in the morning, take your bath, and sit down for meditation. Such a way you have to tell yourself plainly, "Come along, now you have to get up tomorrow morning." In a such way, the way you turn your wheels in the car. So now, what you do is to, I think the whole night you don't sleep. Maybe this could be one extreme, is not to sleep. And get up at 2 o'clock. Disturb the whole household. Fill your tub and fill the whole house with water. And sit down in that water and you get cold and sick. It is absurd. Why? Because you want to show off. Or maybe you want to hurt yourself. Both things are wrong. Whatever has to be done in the most pleasurable way. Either you will not wash the dirt, or you will wash it such that all the cloth will be torn. But today, as I see the people of France especially, the French Sahaja Yogis, I think the discipline is lacking. I am quite surprised at it. The first thing it hits is that you cannot manage within limited amount. It hits in on the money point. Like in the room there is light, nobody will see that it is put off. There is also a switch to be put off. It's a practical thing. I mean, one must know. and the light bill is going for nothing at all, going up. Is irresponsibility, complete irresponsibility. That it is the money that will be spent is just a waste, and for us it is important to live within sensible means. First I will be dealing with the gross discipline. Now what happens that if somebody says why the light is on, immediately they become very abstract, say, oh, we are the light. Then you should not have lights at all. There's no need to have any light. Save all the electricity, you are the light, you are the sun. So you need not have any heating. That is the way things are funny. One must understand that on the gross points we have to be disciplined first and foremost. We are living in France, not on Himalayas. So when you live in France, we have to correct ourselves. Living in France. Now the second gross point is that there are many who are not working at all. It's a hippie style life. Or they work for 2 days or 3 days, and the rest of the time what do? They say we meditate. Means what? They sleep and snore, that's all. You don't need 24 hours to meditate. You must have jobs, all of you. Regular jobs. So many ladies, I am told, don't take jobs. Once they marry, they say, let the husband do the job. It's very wrong. If you have a child, all right, for the time being. You all must work every day. There is no day for us when we can rest, really. God created this world in 6 days, and 7th day he rested. But the 8th day, what did he do? He started giving realization relentlessly, working hard. Could you believe at this age of mine, within last 2 months, how much I have traveled? Every night sleeping at 2 o'clock, getting up at about 5 o'clock. I went to America, came back from there, then throughout England. The whole month I was traveling from north to south, east to west. Next month, out to Switzerland, to Germany, then to Austria, Munich, then back to London, then to Italy, back to London, had a puja there, again back to France, again back to London. I have to change my house, pack up all the things, go back to India, go to Hong Kong, go to China, come back, then look after your ashrams in India, 6 days, again come back, and then to America. That's the thing your mother is doing at this age. But then they told us that it is 1 hour earlier, so we said, all right, 1 hour earlier, so we slept at 2:30. You have to make your body like that. You see that it should stand all kinds of discomforts. You know, in Sahaja Yoga, unemployment is not allowed. To take this money from the government is not allowed. You will be surprised in England. We have maximum unemployment in the whole world, but there is no Sahaja Yogi who is unemployed. Now you all must earn sufficiently enough to pay for your stay. Nobody should be a parasite. Now the young people who are not educated, who have no other job but that of a what you call the labor class, or you call we call it garbage cleaners, must take to some specialization, to some kind of a mastery. Otherwise people think that Sahaja Yoga is a group of beggars and unemployed and miserable people. But you see, when you become your own guru, you think that all the gurus don't work. You see, their disciples have to look after them. The guru sits down nicely in one place and the disciples, you see, look after. But not your guru. Your guru has to work very hard. So you have to be in the same pattern as your guru is. And to hear that nobody listens, you tell them anything, they don't want to do any work, they are lazy lumps, is very sad. Some people sometimes say that these are the set of lotus eaters, or some sort of a set of beggars or lepers who are suffering from some horrible diseases. Then I feel extremely insulted. You are my children. How people are going to have respect for you or for me if you have no discipline? For French, I would say they should take to mauna, means silence. Once they take out their lips, they go on like this, like a bird I've seen, all the time, chuck, 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 chuck. You should exchange with English, who never talk. You need a bump on the head to talk. You ask them 10 questions and they won't say anything. They'll just stare. These two extremes I can't understand. Now, it's better to keep quiet. Or it is difficult for us to say something pleasant to others. So the first mantra should be, Mother, teach us some nice things that we can say to others. What should I say nice tomorrow or today, or let's say today, when I get up? What should I say? What would give peace to others? But not so. It's not never. The mind thinks now, in the morning, I'm going to start with a big spoon, hitting everyone. Get up, get up, get up, get up. The discipline has to come from within yourself. Nobody has to tell you. And when somebody tells you, feel hurt. So I don't know how to tell all this, that it goes into your heart and doesn't remain somewhere in the air. The discipline of within is like fragrance of flower. It gives you complete freedom and it gives freedom to others. See, I would say I have certain bad habits or good habits. Supposing I have a key, which is very gross thing, key. At any cost I will not put it here and there, I'll put it at the right place. So if the key is missing, I'm sure it is lost by somebody else and not by me. I'm sure about it, because I know myself very well. I cannot put it anywhere else. Are you sure about yourself? Because you are not disciplined, you are not sure. Like I ask somebody, how are you? The person says, French style. And Italian style? Confused. I'm confused. English. Now, what is that? Are you realized or not? They have been very kind, you see, to me. They think. Now the time is so short and you are going like this. What should I feel? So today is the day when your mother took out the sword to kill all the enemies. And you have to kill the greatest enemy within you, the indiscipline and irresponsibility. Funny ideas people use to justify their stupidity and their indiscipline. I know of a Sahajogi who would never take a bath for a year at least, and he was reported to me. And when I asked him, why don't you take bath, he said, I'm detached. So I said, you better go and live Himalayas with this detachment. You see, others are feeling attached. Others are feeling it impossible to live with you. You have to be kind to others. You have to be neat and clean. It's a very simple thing that I have to tell you now. All these are the signs of inner cleanliness. So we come to the subtler side. And the subtler side of Sahaja Yoga is extremely simple. Is compassion, is forgiveness, is love. But the greatest of all is a service to God. We are doing the work of God. How can we be tired? How can we be unhappy? The dynamic is flowing through us. That compassion is so fulfilling. That love is so beautifying. That how can we not do it? We should run to do it. But we have to know that this love has a tremendous urge within itself. For example, if you love someone, if you have a child, how worried you are about that child, how much you work for that child. If the compassion is manifested, you will see the whole world is created out of that. God has created this universe, this world, and you people out of His compassion only, just His compassion. Somebody asked me one day, why did He take this headache upon Himself? This headache is so nice. It's such a beautiful burden. Because there are so many possibilities. So one has to be optimistic. But you will realize that when you are optimistic, you give lectures to others, but not to yourself, that I have to be optimistic of improving myself. Optimistic in my own love. It's so rewarding. It's so joy-giving. Such people come up very fast. Their kundalini rises very fast. They don't use Sahaja Yoga for fulfilling their ego, but they use Sahaja Yoga for fulfilling their spiritual ascent. It depends on how you want to use it. So today, on this day of Ashtami, which is a very powerful day, you assume that power within yourself, that I can fight all these horrible diseases within myself, and for others I'll have compassion and love. I will have, not others. This is the point we miss always. They think mother is giving lecture to another, not to me. And that compassion will bring forth the beauty of Sahaja Yoga. There are certain divine laws, and you cannot cross them. If you cross them, I cannot help you at all. Now if you say that I put chilies in my eyes, they should not burn, I can't help you. Whatever are divine laws, you must follow them. Like in France, if you drive on the right side, you will jump in the river. Gauche is left.
Left.
No, right.
We drive right.
You drive right.
The English drive left.
So I was saying that if you in France you drive right, then you are in trouble.
We do drive right.
You drive right? Oh, I see. So here if you drive left, I will be in trouble, I must say.
That's your problem.
Because I don't understand human laws so well. Like in England, different law, in France another law, in America another law. Funny people. But in God's realm, everywhere the same law. Whether you are France or England or India, same law. Whether on this earth or on moon or on the Jupiter, same laws. Whether in human beings, animals or nature, same laws. But you know the law. You are the drivers. So you have to be careful. If driver does not know the driving laws, God save the passengers. So one must know these are the laws of divine, that we have to live with self-respect, that we have to be chaste, that we have to have dignity, that we cannot steal things and steal money and parasites, that we cannot kill others and we cannot beat others and say harsh things. They are just the same. And that we have respect, the respect for all that is sublime, respect for all the saints that are Sahajogis, and respect for the leaders who represent your mother. With all this, we are very different people. We are a different race. We are virtuous, we are righteous, and we are proud to be that way. We are sure of everything. We know about everything. And we are personified, or we are personification of compassion, of love, of God. That's what we are. We are not ordinary people. I asked a child, who is your friend? She said, only one. I said, why? Because she is a Sahajogini. The rest are all ordinary people. What about the teacher? Very ordinary. And what about your headmistress? She's absolutely ordinary. Then I showed her the photograph of the Prime Minister. She looked at it and she was quite surprised. She said, this one is even more ordinary than my headmistress. She said with great, disgust, Mother, why do you keep such photographs with you? That's what we are. The children understand more than us, is it? Because our brain is against us perhaps sometimes. Overdeveloped brain. So as yesterday I saw many people having Ekadasha, I was surprised. So I told them, just say, Mother, you be in my head. Because I have no intelligence. I am too simple. You should all become simple like me. Absolutely simple person. That's very effective.
Jai Shri Mataji. We shall all stand up for Shri Mataji's Aarti. सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माताजी, जय निर्मल माताजी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ सबको दुआ देना माँ सबको दुआ देना जय निर्मल माताजी जय निर्मल माताजी दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasra Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Thank you, Shree Mataji, for such beautiful state of meditation. Thanks for today and every day of these Navaratris, Shree Mataji. It has been such a big blessing that we all get together and worship you and meditate together. Thank you again and again. Jai Shree Mataji. We shall now collectively raise our Kundalini, take Bandhan and do Pranam.